and mud. No system. What a repulsive sight.
That is so, indeed.
I suppose there's a good deal of disorder in this place?
There is.
Common assault?
It's common enough.
And very crowded. Well now,
There was one time, and there might be again.
boycotting, maiming of cattle, firing into houses.
Far enough. There was one time, there might be.
That is bad. Does it go any further than that?
Far enough, indeed.
Homicide then. This district has been shamefully neglected. I will change all that. When I was in the Andaman Islands, my system never failed. Yes, I will change all that. What has a woman on the spot?
Mostly apples and sweet.
To see if there are any unlicensed good underneath. Spirits are not alike. We had invasions in the Saltax back in the Andaman Islands.
I see no spirits here, nor salt.
Do you know this town well, my good woman? A penny half the dozen, your honor.
The gentleman is asking, do you know the town? He's the new magistrate.
Do I know the town? I do, to be sure.
What is its chief business?
Business it is? What business would the people have here but to be minding one another's business?
I mean, what trade have they?
No trade. Not a trade at all but to be talking.
I shall learn nothing here. The smoke from the man's pipe had a greenish look. He may be unlicensed tobacco at home. I wish I had brought my telescope to this district. Come to the post office. I will telegraph for it. I found it very useful in the Andaman Islands.
Bad luck to that Joe Molden of a police knocking my apples this way and that way. Showing off he was to the new magistrate.
Indeed, it's a poor country, and a worst country to be living in. But I am thinking if I went to America, it's long ago that I'll be dead.
So you might leave.
It is a great expense for a poor man to be buried in America.
Never fear, Barney. I'll give you a good burying the day you'll die.
Maybe it's yourself that will be buried in the river of Tulmara, Mary Fallon, and I myself will be dying unbeknownst some night, and no one near me, and the cat gun shrilling over the country, and the mice cooling over the quilt.
You don't talk of dying. In 5 to 20 years you'll be living it.
I'm thinking if I'll be living at the end of 10 years, it's a very old man I'll be then.
Good morrow, Bartley Fallon. Good morrow, Mrs. Fallon. Well, Bartley, you'll find no cause for complaining today. They are all saying it was a good fair.
It was not a good fare, Mrs. Tarpey. It was kind of sort of fare. If we didn't expect more, we got less. This is how we always. Whatever have to sell goes down, and whatever have to buy goes up. If there's any misfortune in this world, it was always not sure to come. Like a flock of crows on seed potatoes.
They will talk of misfortunes and listen to Jack Smith that is coming that way and he's singing.
I thought I was love, there's even one house between you and me. And I thought I would find yourself sing my child on your knees. Over the tide I would sleep with the people was one till I came to decide. The white from the red-haired man.
That should be a good song if I had my hearing. It's the red-haired man's wife. Oh, I know it well. That's the song that has skin on it. Where's herself, Jack Smith?
She was the lady we were washing, reaching the clothes on the head she is, and she daren't leave them. With all the takers that will be passing to the fair, it isn't to the fair I came myself, but out to the 5-acre meadow I'm going, where I have a contract for the hay. Look at the sheriff who comes today.
You will not get to the trap today. The rain will go down by evening, and on myself too. It's seldom I ever started my journey, but the rain would come down on me before I find any place of shelter.
Face of a hat. The way you not even have some cause of complaining.
Go on now. Go on out of that. Go on, I say.
Look at that young mare of Pat Rhines that is backing to show Nessie's bullocks with the tint of the ground. Don't be daunted, Pat. I'll give you a hand with her.
It's time for ourselves to be going. I have everything I have put in that basket. Look at there! It's Jack Smith's hayfork he left after him. He'll be wanting it. Jack Smith! Jack Smith! He's gone through the crowd. Hurry after him, Bartley. He'll be wanting it.
I'll do that. This is no sense to believing it. Look at that now. Just any basket at the fair upset. It was your own basket.
Get out of that. Talk of misfortunes and misfortunes will come. Glory be, look at my new cups rolling around in every part. And my 2 pounds of sugar with a paper broke. God help us! Mrs. Fallon, what happened to your
Fallon, Miss Fallon. Where's Barty Fallon, Miss Fallon? I want to work with him before he leave the fair. I was afraid he might get home by this, for he's a temperate man.
I wish he did go home. It'd be best for me if he went going straight home from the Hare Green, or if he never came with me at all. Where is he, is it? He's gone up the road, following Jack Smith with Hayfork.
Following Jack Smith to the Hayfork? Did ever anyone hear the like of that? Did you hear that news, Mrs. Starby?
I heard no news at all.
Some dispute, I suppose. It was that close between Jack Smith and Barty Fallon, and it seems Jack made off, and Barty is following him with a Hayfork.
Well, that was quick work. It's not 10 minutes since the two of them were here. Bartley going home and Jack going to the fire in the meadow. And I had my apples settle up that Joe Mullen of the police had scattered. And when I look around again, Jack Smith was gone and Bartley Fallon was gone. And Mrs. Fallon's basket upset, and it all strewed upon the ground. The tea there, the 2-pound sugar there, the egg cups there. Look now, what great hardship the death has put upon me, that I didn't hear the commence of the fight. Wait till I tell James Ryan, that I see below. He is the neighbor of Bartley's. It would be a pity if you want to hear the news. James Ryan! James Ryan!
Listen, Sean Early. Listen, Mrs. Tully, to the news. Jack Smith had a falling out, and Jack knocked Miss Fallon's basket into the road, and Barty made an attack on it with a hayfork. And away with Jack, and Barty after him. Look at the sugar here yet on the road.
Do you tell me so? Well, that's a queer thing. And Bartley Fallon's so quite a man. I wouldn't wonder at all. I would never think well of one man that would have that sort of smoldering look. It's likely he's overtaken Jack by this.
That's the great news Miss Darby was telling me. I suppose that's what brought the police and the magistrate up this way. I was wondering to see them in it a while.
The police after them? Bartley Fallon was a bigger guy, so they wouldn't let him fight that was only for show. Why would they injure him? There's many men killed with no more weapon than Hayfork.
Wait till I run north as far as Kelly's bar to spread the news.
I don't tell Jack Smith because they're standing there, son of a bitch, after selling slabs.
I'll go tell a few neighbors I see beyond to the west. I'll give word of it beyond to the east of the green. Stop a minute, John Early, and tell me, did you see Jack Smith's wife, Kitty Carey, any place? I did. At her own house she was, drying clothes on the hedge as I passed. What did you say she was doing? Laying out a sheet on the hedge. Laying out a sheet for the dead? The Lord have mercy on us! Jack Smith dead and his wife laying out a sheet for his burying? Why didn't you tell me that before, Sean Early? Isn't the death this a great hardship? Half of the world might be dead without me knowing of it, or even getting a word at all. Oh, my poor Jack Smith, to be going to his work so nice and so hardly, and to be left stretched in the 5-acre meadow in the full light of day.
What is it, Mrs. Starby? What happened since?
Oh, my poor Jack Smith.
Did Barty overtake him?
Oh, the poor man.
Is it killed he is?
Stretched in the 5-acre meadow.
The Lord have mercy on us. Is that a fact?
Without the rights of the church or Hayfork,
Who's telling you?
and his wife laying out a sheet for his corpse. I suppose they'll wake him the same as another.
But is it well, Mrs. Tarby?
Jack Smith lay dead in the 5-acre meadow.
There's great talk about this work in every quarter of the fair.
A cold! Cold and dead, and myself may be the last he was speaking to.
The Lord save us. Is it that he is?
Then surely and the wife getting provisions for the week.
Well now, hadn't Bartley found great venom in him?
You may be sure he had some cause. Why would he made an end of him if he had not? What was it that rose to dispute at all, Mrs. Tarby?
Not a one of me knows. The last time I saw them, Jack Smith was standing there, and Bartley was standing there quiet and easy listening to the red-haired man's wife.
Do you hear that, Tom Casey? Do you hear that, Sean and James Ryan? Bartley Fallon was here this morning listening to Red Jack Smith. Kitty Carey that was. Listening to her and whispering with her. It was she that started the fight, so...
She must have followed him from her own house. It is likely some person roused him.
Never knew before. Barty Fallon was great with Jack Smith's wife.
How would you know of it? Sure, it's not in the streets they would be calling it. If Mrs. Fallon didn't know it, and if I didn't have the next house and didn't know it, and if Jack Smith himself didn't know it, it's not likely you would know of it, Tim Casey.
Let Marley Fallon take charge of her from this outset, and let him provide for her. It is little pity she will get from any person in this parish.
How can he take charge of her? Sure he has a wife of his own. Sure you don't think he dared suffer and marry her in the Protestant church?
It would be easy for him to marry her if he brought her to America.
With or without Kitty Carey, believe me, it is for America he is making at this minute. I saw the new magistrate and Joe Muldoon of the police going into the post office as they came out. There was hurry on them. You may be sure it was the telegraph they went. The way he'll be stopped at the docks at Queenstown.
It's like that Kitty Carey's gone with him, and not minding a sheet or a wink at all. The poor man, to be deserted by his own wife, and the breath hardly gone out from his body that is lying bloody in the field.
What is it the whole town is talking about? And what is it you yourselves are talking about? Is it about my man, Bartley Fallon, you were talking? Saying that he went killing Jack Smith? What grief that he ever came into this place at all?
Be easy now, Mrs. Fallon. Sure, there is no one at all in the whole fair but is sorry for you.
Sorry for me, is it? Why would anyone be sorry for me? Let you be sorry for yourselves and then maybe shame on you forever at the day of judgment for the lies you were telling and the words you were saying to take away the character of my poor man and to drive him to destruction. That is what you're doing.
Take comfort now, Mrs. Fallon. The police are not so smart as they think. Sure, he might give them the slip yet, the same as Lincoln Hunter.
If they do get him, and if they do put a rope around his neck, there's no one can say he does not deserve it.
Is that what you were saying, Bridget Tully? And is that what you think? I tell you, it's too much to have the whole of you have. Making yourself out to be such a great one and putting down every respectable person. A rope, is it? It wasn't much of a rope that was needed to tie up your own from the day you came into Martin Tully's house. And you not even bring as much as a blanket, or a penny, or a suit of clothes, and I myself bring 70 pounds and 2 feather beds. And now you're stiffer than a woman would have 100 pounds. And this world is full of live schemers that would hang you up for half a glass of whiskey. Killing Jack Smith indeed. Where are you, Bartley, till I bring you out of this? My nice, quiet little man. My decent comrade. He'll do no harm after he'll shed the blood of you after a day's work. Bartley! Where are you, Bartley? Bartley Fallon! Has anyone seen Bartley Fallon?
It is hard for her to believe such a thing. God help her.
It is what I often said to myself. If there's any misfortune coming in this world, it was on myself it's sure to come. To be going about this work, and to find no one to take it, and no place to leave it. And I wanting to be gone out of this. Is that you, Sean Early? It's well that I met you. You have no call to believe in the fair for I will the way I have. And how can I go to the middle of this fort? Will you take it, such as Jack Smith?
I will not take it, Bartley Fallon. I am very thankful.
Look at it now, Mrs. Starkey. Because here I got it. Let me trust it under the stall so it will lie here safe enough and no one will take notice of it, such as Jack Smith.
Take your fork out of that! Is it to put trouble on me and to destroy me you want? Putting it there for the police to be rooting me out, maybe?
This is a very honorable thing for you to do, Mrs. Starkey. Hadn't I enough care with this fork before? Running up and down like a swing of clock? And a fear to lay it down in any place? I wish I never touched it or meddled with it at all.
It is a pity indeed you ever did.
Will you yourself take it, James Ryan? You were always an able man.
There's many a thing I will do for you, Bartley Fallon, but I won't do that.
I tell you, there's no man will give you any help or any encouragement for this thing. If it was something agrarian now,
If no one will take it at all, maybe it's best to give it up to the police.
There'd be a welcome to it with them, surely.
And to the police, Kitty Carey herself to be brought.
I wonder who will now take the expense for the wig for poor Jack Smith.
The wait for Jack Smith?
What would be the weight as well as another? Would you begrudge him that much?
Red Jack Smith dead? Who was telling you?
the whole town knows of it by this.
Did they say what way he died?
You don't know that yourself, I suppose, Bartley Fallon? You don't know that he was followed and that he was laid dead with a stab of a hay fork?
The stab of a hay fork?
You don't know, I suppose, that his body was found in the 5-acre meadow?
The 5-acre meadow?
It's like you don't know that the police are after the man that did it.
The man that did it?
You don't know maybe that he was made away for the sake of Kitty Carey, his wife?
Kitty Carey? His wife?
And what have you to say now, Bartley Fallon?
To bring this fork here, and to find that news before me. It is much I can never stir from this place at all, or reach as far as the road.
I knew the district was in a bad state, but
did not.
It was while I had not gone home. I caught a few words here and there that roused my suspicions.
So they would too.
You heard the same story from everyone you asked?
The same story, but it was not altogether the same. Anyways, it was known as that first story.
What is that man doing? He's sitting alone with the hay fork, and he has a guilty look. The murder was done with the hay fork!
That's the very man we see did, Martin Fallon himself.
He must have found escape difficult, and he is trying to brazen it out. A convict back in the Andaman Islands tried the same game, but he could not escape my system. Stand aside. Don't go too far. Have the handcuffs ready. Here, my man. Do you know anything of John Smith?
Of John Smith? Who is he now?
Jack Smith, sir, Red Jack Smith.
Where is Jack Smith?
Where is he indeed?
What have you to tell?
It is where he was this morning, standing in his spot, singing his sharp songs, and lighting his pipe, shaving the match on the sole of his shoe.
I ask you for the third time. Where is he?
Well, it's hard to say of any man. Did he earn hatred or love?
Tell me all you know.
All that I know? Well, there is 3 estates. There is limbo, there is purgatory, and there is...
Nonsense! This is trifling. Get to the point.
Maybe you don't hold the clergy so. It's a teaching of the clergy. Maybe you hold the old people. That's what would they be saying? The shadow goes wandering, that the soul goes tired, that the body is taking a rest. The shadow! I was nearly sure I saw Jack 10 minutes ago at the corner of the forge. But I lost him again. Was it this ghostly, do you think?
Conscience struck! He will confess all now.
This ghost to come before me is likely on the account of the fort. I to have it, and he have to have no way of defending himself on the time of his death.
I must note down his words.
Whether I'm faster in the beginning, this terror wouldn't be on me on the latter end.
I warn you. I warn you that your words are being noted.
I wouldn't wonder at all at that.
At the day of judgment.
It was soon for his ghost to appear to me. Is it coming after me always by day? And then stripping off the clothes at the night time? There's no wonder at all in that, being as I'm an unfortunate man.
Tell me this truly. What was the motive of this crime?
The motive, is it?
The motive. The cause.
I'd sooner not say that.
You better tell me truly. Was it money?
No, not at all. What did poor Jack Smith ever have in his pocket unless it might be his hands and be in them?
Well, any dispute about land?
Not at all. He was never a grabber or grub of anyone.
You will find it better for you if you tell me all at once.
I wanted for the whole world to wish to say what it was. It's something that I wouldn't want to be talking about.
There is no use in hiding it. It will be discovered in the end.
Well, I suppose it will. Seeing that most everybody knows about it before. Whisper here now. I will tell no lies. Don't put the blame on the parish before. Such thing has never done in the parish. It was done for the sake of Kitty Carey, Jack Smith's wife.
Put on the handcuffs. You have been saved some trouble. I knew he would confess if taken in the right way.
Handcuffs now? Glory be! As I... If there was ever any misfortune come in this world, it was on myself it would fall. I to be in handcuffs, there's no wonder at all in that.
Telling lies to hold these people in the town on. Telling lies as fast as a dog will trot. Speaking against my poor respectable man. Saying that he meant an end of Jack Smith. What did I say before me? Where they found him? In charge of the police? Handcuffs on him? Oh Marley, what did you do at all?
Oh Mary, there has been a great misfortune that come upon me. As I always said, if there is any misfortune coming in this world,
The saints of heaven protect us. What did he do?
This man has been arrested on a charge of murder.
Whose charge is that? Don't believe them. Give me back my man.
It is natural you should take his part, but you have no cause of complaint against your neighbors. He has been arrested for the murder of John Smith on his own confession.
Of Jack Smith? Why?
know all. He did it on account of a love affair with the murdered man's wife.
With Julie Carey? With Jack Smith's wife? Oh, the traitor!
A great shame indeed.
He is a traitor indeed!
To America he was bringing her, Mrs. Fallon.
What are you saying? Marty? Mary, I'll tell you.
Don't say a word! I won't listen to a word you say!
Be quiet when I speak. Listen to what I say.
Sitting beside me on the ass car coming to town, so quiet and so respectable, with treachery like that in your heart.
Is it your wits you have lost, or I have lost my own wits?
And it's hard I earn you, slaving, you grumbling and sighing and coughing discontented. And the priest bore out with how many times he's ready to die.
Let you be quiet when I tell you.
You bring such a disgrace to the cars? Something that's never happened before.
Will you shut your mouth and hear me speaking?
And if it was for a fine, handsome woman, but for a little fistful of a woman like Kitty Carey, who's not 4 feet high hardly, and not 3 teeth in her mouth unless you get new ones? May God reward you, Barton Fallon, for the black treachery in your heart and the wickedness in your mind, and for the blood of Red Jack Smith that is shed upon your hands.
The sea shall be dry, the earth under mourning and ban. Then loud shall he cry for the wife of the red-haired man.
It's Jack's voice. I never knew a go to sing before. It is likely it's after myself and the fork. Quick, let one of you give him the fork, and I will be clear of him for now and eternity.
The Lord have mercy on us. Jack Smith? The man who was gonna be waked?
Is it back from the grave you are come?
Is it alive you are, or is it dead you are?
Is it yourself at all that's in it?
Is it letting on you were to be dead?
Then you're alive, but you stop your wife from bringing my man away with her to America.
It is what I have believed. The wits have gone astray on the whole of you. What would my wife want bringing Bartley Fallon to America?
To get away with you from you she wants. That's what they had settled together.
I'll break the head of any man that said that. Who is it says it? Was it you who said it? Was it you?
It was him!
Tell me the name of the man that said it.
It was him that said it.
Let me at him till I break his head. Let me at him. Isn't he the sort of a scarecrow for anyone to be crossing the ocean with? It's back from the docks of New York he came from, with a lie in his mouth and treachery in his heart, and another man's wife by his side, and him claiming her as his own. Let me at him, can't you?
Police man, what the heck is wrong with the man? I've seen all now. Of the base of false information, impersonation, a conspiracy to defeat the ends of justice. There was a case in the Andaman Islands, a murder of the Muslim guy, a religious enthusiast. We must take both these men to the scene of murder. We must confront them with the body of the real Jack Smith.
I'll break the head of any man that dares to find my dead body.
I'll call more help from the barracks. It is what I'm thinking. If myself...
This is what I am thinking. If myself and Jackson are put together in one cell for the night, the handcuffs will be taken off him, and his hand will be free, and the murder will be done with that time surely.
Come on!